Hello everybody, my name is Alexa Newman and I am a certified yoga instructor and a librarian at the Algonquin Public Library. I'm going to be adding on to the end of this video an additional addendum. So after our meditation you can sit up, hang out and listen. I'm going to be talking a little bit about scents and essential oils and incense and how we could use them to help in our practice. And when I originally filmed it, I thought it was going to be the intro to our practice, but it went long enough that I am actually going to just tack it on to the end. So if you hear the intros in there, realize that I originally thought it was the start of our practice. Okay, so I started out, so you're going to get a repeat of this. Today's practice is focusing on self-care and what we can do to relax and bring ourselves some comfort in this very tense time that we are going through right now. We are in uncharted territories right now in terms of being in, month 7 of a global pandemic. Many of us are experiencing what this term has been coined, pandemic fatigue. We have had so many incredible changes in our life situations, and most of them have been forced upon us. It's not something that we would ever have planned for. So work has changed, school has changed, our social lives have changed, and it has been something that usually when there are stressors in our life, many of them are choices that we have made, like whether we're purchasing a home or we're going to change our living situation, maybe we're having a child or getting married. Those are all considered really high stress things, starting a new job. And what I mean, a lot of things has been forced on us. Well, the current situation is that work has changed. Our circle, we're staying in bubbles or pods of who we are interacting with. Many of us, all of a sudden, we're working from home, or we're now out of work, or we went into early retirement. There are a lot of different choices. Our kids are not going to school necessarily. They're going to school remotely. Just our world has changed. Also throw into the mix the election, which is coming up tomorrow, if you are watching this on Monday when it is airing. There's been a lot of uncertainty. There's been record numbers of people turning out to the polls. Our nation has become polarized over this election in a way that has not happened in my lifetime and probably not in yours. And all of these situations are leading to very short fuses on a lot of people, a lot of stress and anxiety. There's so much uncertainty. We don't know what's happening from day to day. And I have found myself personally dealing with a tremendous uptick in my anxiety and stress levels. I am finding myself waking up with my fists clenched and actually having, fingernail marks in my palms, my jaws clenched, my whole body is just tight. I'm not sleeping well. Some nights I don't sleep much at all, or I'm having nightmares and night terrors, and I know I'm not alone in this. I know many of us are struggling with this. Others are struggling with depression. There's just, like I said, things are going on, and I want to focus on finding ways to make ourselves relax, be in the moment, find some peace, bring down that blood pressure, rein in that anxiety, find a way to still all of the crazy thoughts that are going through our heads over not knowing what's going on. So that is the basis of what we're doing, or the genesis of the practice for today. So what we're going to do is we are going to have abbreviated practice of just relaxing, stretching, a simple yin practice, and then we are going to spend about half of our time in an extended meditation. So, like I said, we're going to focus on those things, and I think it's important that you surround yourself with things that bring you joy and happiness, especially if we're spending more time at home. Find a corner to make yourself at home. I've got my plants around me. I've got items that make me happy, and just when I look at them, they make me smile and bring me some joy. We talk about pleasing our senses, and one of the senses that we ignore is scent. We talk about music being able to calm us, specific colors being able to calm us, even textures of like a fluffy blanket, a soft pillow can calm us. Scent also is very important, and that's where the addendum recording at the end of this talks about the role of scent and what we can do in essential oils. So basically, be mindful of scents that you can use to help calm you, and essential oils are a very simple one: chamomile, lavender, frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, some of the different oranges, and there might be some blends out there that'll help you to help calm you down. You could spray, put a couple of drops on your pillow at night. You can actually put some on, as long as the oil is safe for topical application. Always check before you just start rubbing oils on you, because some of them do have the potential to burn. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me. We could talk about oils. I'll email you. I'll text you about it. But you could also put them on the soles of your feet. Lavender is a good one to put a drop, mix it in with some almond oil, put it on the soles of your feet, or to make a little scent tent, and that's to put a drop or two in the palm of your hand, once again with some carrier oil. Bring it up to your nose in a little tent. Inhale and release, and that will help concentrate, bring the scent into you and help diffuse it through your body. So that being said, we are now going to start our practice. This is a comfort practice, so I want you to have things around you that will make you comfortable. That means if you have a sweater or fluffy socks, and I've got all these things behind me here. Yeah, fluffy socks, put them on. Normally I suggest we be barefoot during yoga, but today we are all floor-based. I want you to be warm. Have a fluffy blanket nearby for the meditation. Once again, have your props, bolsters, blocks. These are all things that will be useful in making yourself comfortable. So with that, let's get started. I ask you to start in an easy seated position. Bring your hands into a prayer position near your heart, in front of you. Close your eyes. And we're going to begin to breathe in and out gently. Feel that breath coming from your abdomen. Release your hands, bring them to your knees. Open your eyes, and I'm removing the blocks because we are now going to, I'm transitioning to the floor. I'm on a pillow right now. Okay. We're going to begin. Extend your legs in front of you, and we are just going to fold forward gently. If you're able to reach your toes and grab them, you can. They rest on your calves, your shins, that's fine. Allow your body to just slowly fold forward as you inhale. You may raise up a little bit. Exhale, come down. This pose is called caterpillar. I want you to relax all of your muscles. Allow your head to fall forward. And just breathe. Feel your breath in and out. You may find as we stay in this position for a few moments that you actually release further into the pose. Your bend may get deeper as your body relaxes, the muscles open, and you can stretch. Okay, let's rise up. Now we're going to lay back on our backs. I'm going to move these around. Okay. Lay back. Have your feet bottoms flat on the floor, your knees bent. Bring your arms out to a T on either side. And then we are going to let our knees drop to the right. Want your knees stacked on top of each other. Your shoulders on the floor. And then let your head drop either to the right or the left. Work to relax your muscles. Release, let go. If you need to adjust, do so. Don't clench anything. Relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your core. Relax your thighs. Relax your glutes. Okay, let's bring knees back up. Maybe reposition, lift up your tushy for a minute, recenter so your spine runs straight down the floor from the top of your head down. We're going to reposition, and this may help if you lift up and set your left hip now on the floor. And now we're going to drop those knees down to the left. You want to pick up that left shoulder just a little bit. Hopefully both shoulders are now flat on the floor. Let the head drop to the right. Relax all of your muscles. This time we'll start at our toes. Relax the toes, the calves, the thighs. Relax your glutes, your lower back. Relax the muscles that wrap around your ribs. Release those shoulders. Relax your fingers. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. Breathe in and out through your nose in slow, steady breaths. Let's bring the knees back up to center. Once again, lift up just a minute to reposition that spine. We're going to drop the feet down, extend those legs all the way. Extend your hands over your head. And we're going to stretch and point our toes and spark out our fingers. So we're stretching and extending in opposite directions just for a moment, and then relax. And now we're going to pull those knees up. Grab onto our calves. Pull our head up for a moment. Then relax it back down. Pull those knees up towards you to hug yourself. And now lift up those toes just a little bit until we grab those toes or grab the outsides of our feet into a happy baby. Pull those knees towards your armpits. Maybe rock back and forth, side to side. Come to stillness. Let your hands relax. Let your arms drop. You're holding onto your outsides of your feet, but as you relax, you let gravity, the weight of your arms are going to be pulling those feet towards the ground, towards your armpits. So gravity is doing the work. Okay, we're going to release. Bring the feet gently back down to the floor. We're going to rise up now to a seated position. If you could rock and roll your way up, that's great. If you need to turn on your side and pull yourself around, that's fine too. We're going to open up our legs into a V that's comfortable for you. Once we're there, we are going to stretch out over our legs. Sorry, I need to adjust my hair there. Okay. What I want you to do is lift up just a little bit there so you're adjusted. We're going to take our nose and look out over our big toes. we're going to turn our torso so that we're facing over our knee, down to our big toe. And then we're going to come forward and go far as forward as feels comfortable for you. If it's just a matter of, okay, I can now rest on my calf, that's fine. If you want to bring a bolster in, lay on that, that's good too. Or you could grab onto your foot and you want to. But the point is that we're not twisting. We're over the knee. You could allow your head to drop. Walk yourself back up. Now we're going to go down towards the center. Once again, you could come down naturally. You can put a block in front of you if you want to rest your head on the block. Or you can use your bolster. Whichever is most comfortable for you. Remember to relax everything that you can. Let's start at our heads. Relax. And I'm looking up so you can hear me. Relax your face muscles. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax, release the muscles in your back. Relax your glutes. Breathe gently in and out from your abdomen. I want you to feel that breath coming from down here. Gently in and out. In and out. Rise up, back to a seated position. We're going to adjust, maybe lift up just a little bit. We're going to twist now to the left. Going to look out over that left big toe. Now we're going to walk ourselves down, out over that knee, same as we did before. If you used a bolster before, use that. If you are grabbing onto your foot, try to do that. So as we relax and release, we're moving closer and closer towards our knee. Allow your head to drop. And slowly walk ourselves back up. Come back to center. We're going to transition into a tabletop. Go through a few cat-cows. Okay. Our neutral position, we want to make sure our hands, elbows, shoulders are stacked. Our knees are hips width apart. Hands open to give us more support. When we go into cow, we let our belly drop, arch our back, Look up towards the ceiling. Cat. The architect. Drop our heads. Look down towards the floor. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Let's make some nice hip rolls. Back and forth. And then we're going to come back into child's pose. I want you to open up your knees to either edge of the mat. Bring your bottom down towards your heels. And if you can't sit on your heels, that's okay. Extend your hands out in front of you and bring your forehead to the floor. Let's rise back up. We're going to come down now. And this is time where we're going to transition into Shavasana. And we are going to have our meditation. So at this time, get yourself comfy and cozy. I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that. Okay, like I said, for your Shavasana, let's get yourself cozy. I'm going to stay seated upright because I'm going to be reading to you and speaking, and if I was laying on the floor looking at the ceiling the whole time, it would be a lot harder for you all to hear me. So, like I said, now's the time. Get yourself cozy and comfortable. If you need to put on cozy socks, which I'm doing because I'm getting chilly. Do that, put on a sweater, get your cozy blanket. Okay, and I'm going to be sharing discussion about breathing, and then I'm going to share a meditation that was actually written by Ram Dass, who is a very well-known and respected yogi, and it ends with a mantra, which I'm going to explain to you. And what I want to let you know, just if you don't want to follow along with the mantra, you don't have to. You can replace it with one of your own. So once we're ready, we're going to be talking about practicing our breathing and focusing on our breathing. This is one of the tenets that I find most important when it comes to mindfulness, and breath really is the foundation of a yoga practice. Having and being aware of our breathing, if that's all that you do in a yoga practice, you have succeeded in your yoga practice, becoming aware of your breath. Sometimes life steamrolls us, and it either flattens us under its demands or it leaves us scrambling to outrun it. Perhaps it's that your schedule or your life is a constant game of Tetris, or perhaps your most recent path has been particularly unforgiving in the number of crises that it's presented to you all at once. And I think we're all feeling that, right? Whatever it is for you, I bet that it's unimaginably heavy, this load, and that you're exhausted from trying to carry it, get out from underneath it, or run from it as far as your legs are going to take you. Stress and anxiety are drivers for action, and in the right amounts, they can improve our performance, focus your attention, and give you the energy to get it done. But too much stress or anxiety will do the exact opposite. It's going to leave you pacing around your kitchen table, not realizing that your sunglasses are already on your head. They will warp your concentration, deplete your energy, and cause you to be busy but unproductive, or stuck in a catatonic state in front of your inbox. Either way, your energy expenditure will likely be spent on racing around, trying to get a sense that you're making headway. Now, when stress and anxiety get to be too much, we lose the capacity to deal effectively with the demands in front of us and instead seek simply to survive. Now, this usually means one of two things: we fight or we flee. Both alternatives cause us to lose contact with the here and now in favor of worrying about what's to come or what's already happened. Perhaps you've run out of fight and you're sick of the effort to keep up or outrun it all, externally, internally, or both. The answer is in your breath. Your breath is your one constant. It's always with you and always available as an anchor when you come untethered. And boy, have I been coming untethered these past few months. You need to come back to your breath to help you focus, slow down, and gather yourself, rather than flailing around for the sake of expelling your anxieties. We can't be ahead of it all of the time. We can't expect that our thoughts and feelings won't get the better of us every now and again and leave us in a hope deficit or in a worry surplus. Returning to our breath allows us to return to a neutral place. Even if just for one of the 1,440 minutes of each day, returning to the breath allows us to come back to center, to catch up, perhaps even stop completely. It is a chance to reset and to start the day again. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't need that every now and then? I know I do. And the beauty is that no one needs to know anything about it. No one needs to know about your 60-second oxygenated vacation away from Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday morning. Okay, so now on to our meditation by Ram Dass. The Maharaji said, bring your mind, or Maharajis have said, bring your mind to one point and you will know God. We are going to continue with Samadhi, which is concentrating on our breath, which is what we were just talking about. In Mahamudra practices, it is said that when your mind gazes into the mind itself, the train of both discursive and conceptual thought ends and supreme enlightenment is gained. The first step to your mind looking into itself can be bringing the mind to one point and keeping it there. This process must be done very gently. Your mind must remain soft, subtle, buoyant, and light. So, with your head, neck, and back straight, bring your awareness into your breath. The 2 points of focus are either the breath at the tip of your nose, right inside, you'll notice that on the in-breath you feel your air touching the inside of your nostril, and the out-breath similarly. One is going to be cool and one is going to be warm. If you're focusing on the breath at your tip of your nose, you don't follow your breath into your body or out. You're going to be like a gatekeeper, noticing the comings and goings of your breath. When you follow the breath at the tip of your nose, it may help to mentally note at the early stages, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. The other option is to notice the rising and falling in the abdomen. You could feel that place right in the middle of your abdomen, that with each rising and each inhalation, it rises up, and with each exhalation, it falls. With each inhale, you can mentally note rising, and with each exhale, mentally note it falling. After you've explored both of these options for a moment, either breathing through the tip of your nose, focusing on that, or on your abdomen, choose one for the remainder of this meditation session and stay with it. Okay, have you made your choice? Remember, that's where we are focusing our attention. The awareness or mind will be carried off many times to sensations: hearing, smelling, touching, tasting, seeing, or to our thoughts. We need to develop an easy yet vigilant manner, and each time your mind wanders, as soon as you notice it wandering, note it, and then very gently but firmly return it home to your breathing, in and out, to the rising and falling of your breath. As your mind begins to concentrate, many old thoughts are going to rise to the surface. And sometimes it's negative things like agitation, anger, doubt. Just notice them, acknowledge them. Don't feed them or judge them, just notice them. And once again, gently return your breath to your breath with firm resolve. Note each breath precisely, noting the spaces between your inhalation and your exhalation, the space between the exhale and the inhale. Now, if you experience pain or discomfort in your body, note it, acknowledge it, and try returning to your breath. If it persists after several notings and returns, make that pain your primary object. Keep your awareness with it, noting it precisely. And if after some time it does not dissolve in the presence of your awareness, move your body gently. Note the process and don't bring the continuity of your awareness. Note the intention to move your body. Note the moving of your body. And note the settling of your body. I actually did this just a couple of minutes ago. I had to rearrange my legs. I was feeling too much pain. So I just gently repositioned myself. Once you're there, return your awareness to your breathing in and out, or to the rising and falling of your abdomen. Now I want you to visualize a line of ants marching down a sidewalk. And just as from a distance, how that line of ants could be seen as a solid line, when you get up close, you see that it is actually one ant following another. So you should become more precise in the observation of your breath. You will see that the in-breath is made up of thousands of tiny moments of awareness following one upon another, and so with your out-breath. Keep your awareness gently riding on the breath, like riding on a wind or on a breeze. Thoughts and sensations arising one after the other, passing away like leaves floating down a stream. You sit by the stream and focus on a brightly colored pebble right below the water. Into your vision come leaves. They pass across your vision and continue on out of your sight of vision. That brightly colored pebble you see in the stream is like your breath. It's a place for your awareness to rest tranquilly. Within your subtlest whisper of breath, passing at the tip of your nostrils, arising and falling in your abdomen, is contained the mystery. I want you to see meditation as a way of coming home to the quietness of the deepest part of your heart. It's a cave of silence in which everything is heard and sensed. Thoughts arise and pass away, but none of it tarnishes the pure silence of the inner heart cave. As each sensation arises, note it. Each moment, noting just where your awareness moves, not trying to bring it back to any place. Letting it float from sense door to sense door, from thought to thought, but adding the awareness of the process of the movement, all done as you sit quietly, tranquilly, cultivating equanimity in the middle of the heart cave. A bird, a movement, a sensation in the body, a thought, all same. They are just images written on the walls of the cave that appear and a moment later disappear. Like paintings in the sand, the ocean washes away a moment later. Each sensation, each thought, note it, one after the other, but always remaining quiet. This quiet being your most ancient self. This quiet being has watched a succession of moments, has watched a succession of days and years and lifetimes, has watched bodies come and bodies go, the joys and tribulations come and go, pleasures and pains come and go. Who dwells in that heart cave has no form, no limit. Who dwells in that heart cave is beyond time and beyond space. Note there is just a series of sensations and thoughts, one after the other, arising and passing away. Other than that, where are you? Each time you experience yourself as something or somebody, just notice that it's another thought or sensation drifting across the walls of the cave, and return to the space just formless, timeless essence. There's nothing to cling to. Keep loosening your hold, letting the familiar float by, seeing that just behind all of the forms, images, memories, plans, sounds, sights, tastes, touches, smells, just behind all of those, permeating yet not colored by them, you are. Are all of these sensations and thoughts inside of you or outside of you? If there is no form or limit to who you are, they are both inside of you and outside of you. I am in everything, everything is in me. Now we will do the first steps of what is called metta meditation, or loving kindness meditation. You will bring before your mind's eye the image of someone towards whom you feel love, and then repeat silently each of these phrases. May you be free from danger. May you be free from all mental suffering. May you be free from all physical suffering. May you know ease of well-being. That is, may you have it easy to stay alive and keep your life together. May you have ease of well-being. Now bring before your mind's eye a being towards whom you feel neutral. Maybe it's someone you just remember having passed on the street, or someone in the group towards whom you have no strong feelings one way or another. Keep them focused before you and repeat. May you be free from danger. May you be free from all mental suffering. May you be free from all physical suffering, and may you know ease of well-being. Now, bring before your mind's eye someone to whom you may have some difficulty in opening your heart to, or keeping your heart open about. Perhaps it's someone who's hurt you or hurt people you love. May you be free from danger. May you be free from all mental suffering. May you be free from all physical suffering. May you know ease of well-being. And finally, imagine all beings spreading out around you as far as the eye can see. Myriads of beings. Beings on earth now. All the beings of present, past, and future. All being everywhere. May you all be free of danger. May you all be free from mental suffering. May you all be free from physical suffering. May you all know ease of well-being. For a few minutes now, we are going to do a mantra together, if you feel comfortable with this. You can move and be comfortable. This is a Tibetan mantra, and it means, in a loose translation, gone, gone, gone beyond. Gone beyond even the concept of beyond, to the enlightened one who has done this feat. Honor. So it goes like this: gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, body svaha. So you can imagine that the inner part of yourself, your true and highest self, like your soul, is beyond all concepts and all ideas. And you can imagine the higher being, whoever your higher being is, if it's God, if it's Christ, the Buddha, Allah, whatever. Focus on your higher being and imagine your mind going beyond conception. Okay? So it's gate, gone, gate, gone, paragate, gone beyond, parasamgate, gone beyond, even beyond, body, the one that is enlightened, svaha, honor. And it's supposed to be done on one breath, okay? And well, you know, this is still fairly new to me, doing this particular mantra as well. So I understand if you're not comfortable, just breathe in and breathe out and listen. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, body svaha. 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 That was in Tibetan. If you want to try it in English, gone, gone, gone beyond. Gone beyond even the concept of beyond, to the enlightened one who has done this feat. Honor. Gone, gone, gone beyond. Gone beyond even the concept of beyond, to the enlightened one who has done this feat. Honor. Gone, gone, gone beyond. Gone beyond even the concept of beyond, to the enlightened one who has done this feat. Honor. Let's bring your focus back again to your breathing. You should be feeling the rising and falling of your abdomen, or your breath moving in and out from the tip of your nose. You can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. You make circles with your ankles and your wrists. When you're ready, you could roll onto your side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. When you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. Come to an easy seated position of your choice. I'd like to thank you for sharing this practice today, and for trying this meditation on loving kindness and focusing with the mantra, which is a focus tool, or actually in Western society, I think another translation of mantra is also a prayer, and you can substitute, I should have said this before in the actual meditation, you can substitute a short prayer. There are definite parallels in Western spiritual practices that are the equivalent parallel in this type of meditation, which is actually from a Buddhist perspective. But you can adapt and form it to your own personal belief system. So anyway, thank you for practicing with me today. And like I said, this is my probably only the second time I've tried introducing a mantra into a practice. So thank you for your patience and understanding with that. I wish you peace and joy and light, and that you are weathering the stormy environment and atmosphere that we are going through at this time. The light in me sees the light in you. I honor you as you honor me. That is a translation of the word namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. I honor you as you honor me. Thank you so much. Be well, everybody, and I hope to see you all again soon. Hello, my name is Alexa Newman, and I am a certified yoga instructor, and I am also a librarian at the Algonquin Public Library. Thank you for tuning in today to our YouTube channel to watch our yoga class. I have been away for a while, so I hope you have been watching repeats. Had some medical issues, but everything has resolved, and thankfully I am back here to lead you in your practice. Today's class is going to be a fairly gentle class, and I'm going to be talking about some self-care and how to deal with stress and anxiety. I was inspired and really felt an instinctive need to share this with you all. This is something I have been struggling with the past couple of weeks, and even with my meditation and yoga practices, I have been feeling a great deal of stress and anxiety. And I think we are in really uncharted times in territory right now. in terms of what's going on in our world at large. We are in the midst of a health pandemic, and I think a lot of us are feeling just what there is being coined pandemic fatigue, because we've been living this since March, and it has taken a toll on a lot of us in a lot of different ways. We maybe are not being able to see our friends and loved ones. Our work routines have been disrupted. Our lives have been disrupted. And that has created just within us our hormones, our bodies like kicked into just almost a constant fight or flight mode. We're releasing a lot of adrenaline consistently into our bodies, and it is creating a tremendous physical and mental toll on a lot of us. And let's add into this, the election is going on, and regardless of whatever position you are taking, it has heightened our society's stress level to a really intense degree. And a lot of us have short fuses right now, and patience has been frayed, and there's just a whole lot of uncertainty right now. So I know that I personally have been dealing with really high anxiety to the point that I am just constantly in knots. And for those of you that have been following me and have been attending classes for the past couple of years, you know that this is something that, especially in our yin class, we are actively working to relax and release. Has that been happening a lot lately? No, I'm having to make a very conscious effort had to get our timer started there. Making a very conscious effort to relax myself. And since I have been practicing yoga, usually I sleep so well. I wake up feeling relaxed and refreshed. That hasn't been happening the past couple of months, and it's really intensified over the past month and a half or so, to the point that I am waking up with my fists clenched, my jaw clenched, my body just a tight knot. And I'm guessing this is happening to a lot of people. Also, I've been having nightmares, waking up with night terrors. Once again, this is a very common reaction to dealing with stress and anxiety. It's also a very common reaction to isolation and to change. And when we have major life changes, which all of us have been going through, that puts us really high up on the meter for being susceptible to stress and anxiety. So, all that being said, right now today I'm going to be talking about some different ways to deal with and treat our anxiety and stress, as well as doing a very basic just relaxation practice, and then we're going to have a fairly long meditation that once again is talking about helping us center and relax ourselves. So some of the things that we can do for self-care involve surrounding ourselves with things that bring us comfort. And as you can see, I am here in my home, in my living room, and I am surrounded by things that make me happy. And I hope you do that too. As you can see, I brought in all my house plants from outside. Plants are living things and they're beneficial to us in a lot of ways. I am a master gardener, so I love being surrounded by plants. Many of you also know they help with oxygen exchange, but just having something living in the house helps change the atmosphere. And color scheme makes a difference, and there have been a lot of studies out there that talk about the effect of color and how it affects our moods. So bring pops of your favorite color into your room. That could help you. I'm also going to talk right now about scent. And it really has a very strong and powerful effect on us. We often think about, music and art. So I've talked about color and sight and sound, but our nose is also one of our senses. And there are scents that can help calm us. And I usually have diffusers going through my house, and scent has been used in yoga practices traditionally throughout the ages. This is a diffuser, which I use to diffuse essential oils. A more traditional method, as I reach back here oh so gracefully, is to use incense. And you can find incense pretty inexpensively. You can find burners like at Dollar Tree and Five Below. And the only caution I would give about incense is that for those of you that haven't used it, is that it does release a smoke. So if you have asthma, or if anyone in your home has asthma, it can be a little bit overpowering. So I would caution you on the use of it and to be familiar with the particular scent that you are working with. I actually have a really fun in the terms of, I thought it was a really interesting set that I picked up that actually has different scents arranged and associated with the different chakras. And I've talked about the chakras before, that is kind of like the line of power centers, or actually they coordinate with Western medicine nerve clusters in our body, and they kind of go on a meridian down the center of our body, and they have scents that align with them. And as you know, there are different scents that are associated with calming naturally. Many of you are probably very familiar with lavender. So anyway, so I'm going to go back. You can do the chakras, and I actually have lavender and rose and a couple others that are traditionally considered calming incense that I could burn here if I wanted to. But in my home, I tend to use more frequently, like I said, the essential oils. And tell I'm a heavy user here because I've got my big suitcase full of oils. And today I'm going to be talking about, oops, let me turn it around so I can actually open it up. I'm going to show you very quickly just a couple of my favorites. You don't have to be brand loyal necessarily. The important thing is to get a good quality oil. And by that I mean don't pick one up like necessarily at a big box store, because unfortunately oils can be listed as 100% essential oil when they actually have been cut with carrier oils and have perfumes and stuff added to them. And not all of those carrier oils which is an additive to stretch it out, are necessarily safe, and sometimes the perfumes are not safe for topical application, meaning actually putting it on your body or diffusing it into the air. So I would suggest you find a brand that is safe, and a lot of the big names out there like Young Living and doTERRA and Melaleuca are safe. They have been tested and they are pure, and that's part of the reason they're more expensive. There are other brands out there that you could also buy that are pure and are tested and are safe. You don't have to pay the super big bucks. I have found a few different lines that are less expensive but are trustworthy, and I've found some of those like at Fresh Time in Crystal Lake. And there are other stores that carry them. Fresh Time has their own store brand. Some of the other brands out there that I really like, or Acacia, you can buy online. There are blends and there are pure oils. I'm going to talk really quickly about some of the quick blends you can use, or oils you can use to calm. Lavender is probably the one that we know most of all as calming. It's universally known out there. It's a very safe one. Lavender as a plant is edible. Different ways you could do it. You can diffuse it. You add a few drops into the diffuser and it releases the scent. I often sprinkle the oils on my pillows at night, and that helps to calm me. They sell like pillow mists that they've been diluted a little bit with water and stuff, and then you spray that on your pillow so it's not quite as strong. And then we also can apply it topically, like to the soles of your feet. Believe it or not, you just add like 1 drop to a few drops of a carrier oil, which is something that doesn't have a lot of scent on its own. I like almond oil. You could also use olive oil, jojoba oil, argan oil. There are a lot of different oils you can use. Almond oil just is one of my favorites because it doesn't have a lot of scent. But you can add that and, like I said, put it onto the soles of your feet. Another one that I really like is a blend called Chill Pill, and it basically is a mixture of some citruses like sweet orange, lavender, patchouli, basil, chamomile. Chamomile is another real soothing one. And then probably another favorite of mine would be frankincense, and that is a very expensive one. But they do make mists that you can purchase that are a little bit less expensive, and like I said, 1 drop goes a really long way. So if you put in 1 or 2, like I said, this one, Chill Pill, is put out by Acacia. There's another one called Peace and Calming that's put out by Young Living, and it has some of the same things again. It's got the orange, tangerine, ylang-ylang, patchouli, and these all are very calming. So if you have any questions about other oils that you can use to try and help you sleep, help calm you, relax you, let me know, because I could go on for the entire hour just talking about the different oils that we could use. Last but not least, we can also bring it into the yoga application. You can either diffuse or you can make what I would call a scent tent. And for that, you just take, once again, just a little drop, and you can put it in your hand like that. There, just 1 drop. And rub your hands like that, and then you cup them and bring them over your nose. So it's a little tent over your nose. And you inhale and you breathe it in. And making this scent tent with the oil, breathing is going to tie into our practice and our meditation, where we're going to be focusing on our breath.